Update 1.5 for Throne of Liberty is here. We'll have maintenance for about 6 hours, and we'll be getting a new battle pass, reward selection chest for field bosses, and the ability to craft this insanely expensive new weapons, which are undoubtedly best in slot right now. So let's jump into all the details. For all platforms, there will be a new battle pass, the Phantom Tracker Star Season. This will bring a new ammo toy, an outfit, among some other useful items. We already have details from the Korean page here. The battle pass will have the same progression system as you've had with the October one, with the ability to obtain all of these other rewards, which is basically, again, the same what we had with the October battle pass. Then the premium track, what's new this time around is a new profile frame, which I'm fairly sure we can already see in game when we look right here. The Haunted Harvest night frame. However, it could also just be the Haunted Harvest fence, which would be a bit disappointing because that's already in the shop and people might already have bought that with this pack right there. And then there's the ammo toy. It's translated as the Buget Skelety, but you can see it really cute there with the art. That's also the frame here, which is exactly the one from the shop we have right now. And then there is the outfit. You complete it and you get Knight's Troublemaker, which potentially could be what this one is, which also we have in the shop, so that's a bit confusing. The Grin Reaper, I'm not sure why they would have him as part of the battle pass when they've already been selling him. Hopefully it will be something different. But that's about it for the battle pass details here. Again, the rewards are going to accumulate to about the same as we've seen in the previous battle pass. Same amount of like growth stones, skill growth books, unlock stones, etc, etc. But let's move on with the update news. We can see there will be like a new outfit in the Lucent shop with a morph and an ammo toy to match. But more importantly, field bosses. They will be increasing the amount of portals that appear. This just means there shouldn't be as many players in one area fighting the boss, meaning there should be greater chances that you actually get a drop because, yeah, less players and the boss pretty much always drops something for somebody. But they've also gone and added an epic reward selection chest when you just receive the participation reward. It is just a chance though, but at least you will now much more likely to actually obtain some of that best gear from these bosses, as again, every time you go to one, you're going to get a participation reward, and that's going to give you a chance to obtain that chest, which will allow you to choose any of the rewards that the boss actually drops. That is, in my opinion, a huge improvement, as long as the drop rate's not like minuscule. So I do highly recommend partaking in those field boss events to get a chance at getting some of that best gear in the game, because field bosses do drop most of the best gear. Moving on, we have a fix in Death's Abyss that allowed him to get killed by gravity. It was quite amusing, you may have seen the clip. And with combat, the crowd control immunity gauge will now fill up more quickly when players are targeted with multiple crowd control effects at the same time. So it increases your chances of not just getting stun locked. We can see that here with the Korean notes, a bit more details on how this would function, but very good to see we're already getting that. You'll get some more experience for doing the adventure codex. When you preview items, you'll actually be able to preview them as if they were at their maximum level. That's great. And yes, very importantly, they have now added the crafting recipes for Queen Belandir and Tevent's equipment items. That's huge, because look at the insane prices on these items, with the Tevent ones that just got added today as well. Ultimately, you will need these fragments. They are selling for quite a bit, with Queen Belandir's ones being a good bit cheaper, but you will most likely need a lot of them. 180 soul fragments to craft one of these weapons. Same with Queen Belandir. So we're going to have to wait a bit for these prices to drop down for it to be worth, say, purchasing these soul fragments. But you can accumulate them yourself by just partaking in those Archboss events. They are just weekly though. once on Wednesday and once on Sunday. You can see them here in the daily schedule. There was also a neat movement improvement. So characters will now have a tighter turning radius when changing direction with a mouse and keyboard. This should make movement feel a little bit more snappier than it is right now. Always good to have some more movement improvements. I would like to see them adding the ability when you jump to be able to change your direction and momentum a bit while doing so, because right now it just doesn't feel good jumping. Not from the other games I've played. Other than that, they've just fixed like an issue where people were crashing during Queen Belandir, and the Requiem of Light and Festival of Fire dynamic events will now grant a personal completion reward when you get to the final tier. And yes, those of you using the Grim Reaper outfit may have realized you weren't able to change the boot colors. You will now be able to do so. There were then some UI fixes, which is very nice to be able to actually see characters' shield on your health bars. It will look like this. You have your HP, the numbers, and when you have shield applied, you have like in brackets, the additional blue HP there. So that's a nice improvement to be able to see exactly how much extra shield you have. And then with targeting, they've slightly increased the size with the UI indicator for when you have somebody targeted. And that is pretty much it for all the updates to come for later today. Pretty huge with regards to getting a new battle pass, new items in the store, but more importantly, field bosses having a chance to give you a chest with a choice of any of the epic equipments that boss drops. Absolutely huge there for the individual player. On top of increasing the likelihood you actually get a drop, because there should be less players fighting the boss due to there being more portals. And then yes, be aware that Queen Belandir's and Tevant weapons will be able to be craftable. So that's it for now. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.